welcome to today's video. It's announcement time because in case y'all forgot, May 24th, which is the day that this is going up, is the release of King of Death and Daggers right here. Now this book, this is the copy that I had to write in and had to fix mistakes in. I don't have an updated copy yet. I will be getting one. So, this is how thick you can expect the book, though, because anything I had to fix were a lot of mostly formatting errors because I couldn't find things properly when I was formatting it, or there's just like there was something wrong with the exporting. I don't know what happened. But hi, yes, welcome to the chaos of this video, because I realized that maybe the reason many people don't buy my books is because I haven't done a good job in explaining them. So, that's what this video is. This video, we are going to completely ignore the blurbs I had spent way too long on that's on the back of each of these books, and we're just gonna go in book by book. I'm going to try to make this not too long, but you know what? I'm not great at summarizing in the moment, and I don't script videos, so we'll just get started here with the first book of this series, which is Princess of Lightning and Prophecy. Now this is a book to set up everything else. This is a book that sets up the start of this epic journey. So, something I did with these books is they're all some sort of different kind of subgenre of fantasy. They are all fantasy, but they are all a different subgenre. So, this is more like sword and sorcery, I would say, kind of the subgenre. So there's magic, there's a lot of like talk of swords and fighting and using both of those in battle, and you do get to see some of that. You get to see some of it, but not a whole lot, because this is the setup. This book sets everything up. So first off, this is a pretty small book for like a first book setting up a world and everything. But this book takes place over the course of a year, and it mostly follows just Ash, who is the female main character, and she's the most powerful Valerian royal to be born. She's also the only heir to the throne of Valeria. She has to constantly assert her dominance, I'll say. Assert the fact that she is very strong, because she also hails from the strongest kingdom of the 12 kingdoms. Because there's 12 kingdoms in this. This is a very big world. I have a map because of how big the world is. It's massive. It's absolutely horrendous how massive it is. Yeah, so Ash starts off this book escaping from the palace because there are 10 royal laws. And one of these royal laws is before they're revealed to the world on their wedding day, either when they turn 18 or the younger of the pairing turns 18, that they are not allowed outside of the palace without a veil and or a series of guards to protect anyone from ever seeing their face. Because rules. I'm not going to go into too much of that because the prologue of this book goes into a lot more of that. And if you think the prologue is boring, just wait. Just wait, because because I'm a genius, so because that prologue is from the POV of a character you don't meet until here, and you don't actually see again until the end, the last chapter, and the epilogue of this book. So he will be very important in book 4, though. So yes, the prologue does explain a lot of the world, because I had to do that in order to be able to make this a lot easier to write. But yeah, so Ash is betrothed to a very power-hungry line of men. So she's betrothed to Caleb, who is my main villain. I have two. Don't worry, I have two. Because I'm an idiot. But Caleb is my main villain. He's trying to get Ash's magic all from her, which would inevitably kill her, and she's trying to stop it. So she's trying to get out of the marriage in a legal way. Because things continue, you can already tell the legal way doesn't work. So she ends up having to enlist help from a rebel organization hell-bent on killing her kind and killing her in the end, possibly. So, but she needs their help inevitably, and they agree under circumstances. But you know what? Things happen, and there's some loss and there's some gains in this book. Now, that is the first book. This first book doesn't have too much going for it, I'll say. It's a lot of setting things up. Then we've got the second book in this series, which is Prince of Love and Roses, because I couldn't figure out a different kind of title to match that title. This one was easy, but to match this title, I didn't really have anything for this one, so it's Prince of Love and Roses. Because, like, he loves people. He loves everyone he's around. He protects out of love. So you know what? Let's do it. And I did name all of these books after a very specific character in each of these books, so you can have fun figuring out who it is, though you do see that person on the cover. Now, this book takes a turn from Princess of Lightning and Prophecy, and that turn is, it's no longer just Ash's point of view. It is Aaron's, it is Cora's, it is Celine's, it is Ash's, and I even have a few chapters of Caleb's point of view, because I'm a little sadistic to myself in that, wouldn't that make me masochist? I don't know. I'm not going to search it up either, but because I hate myself, I decided to do 5 POVs for my second book ever written. 5 POVs. Now, there's a reason for all of them, and like Caleb doesn't have that many chapters. But the reason is, in this book, Ash falls ill. She gets a magically induced illness that could kill her. And the cure is some very specific ingredients from all over the 12 kingdoms. Now, a lot of these ingredients are very dangerous, so she can't go and get them. So she gets Cora and Aaron and Celine. Well, they volunteer to do this. They all split up, and they each take 2 rebels with them to collect these cures. And so a lot of this book is developing what these characters are like. Because Corey, you meet at the end of this one. And Aaron, you see him quite often, but like, do you really know much about him? Not really. And Celine, you see her a bit, but like, she doesn't really know what she's doing. She is young, she wants to help, but she doesn't know how. And so she is learning to find her place, even amongst the fact that there is a war among royals that is looming on the horizon with this whole conflict between Ash and Caleb. So they all split off, one royal to each team, and they go off and collect all these ingredients. And along the way, you learn more about each character and the rebels they are with. Which, honestly, this is a character building book, and sometimes you just gotta have those in a series. And honestly, if you're into a lot of character building as well as getting some quite big lore drops, definitely would recommend. I have a very extensive history of this world that has been slowly been revealed throughout the books, considering there's still some of it being revealed in this one, and even more being revealed in the fourth book, because the lore of this world is extensive and just it's crazy. I would actually love to write a prequel following a different set of characters 1,000 years prior. But we'll see. That will be a very down the line kind of thing, because I have so many other things planned. Anyways, so yeah, they go on this journey. They end up healing Ash, because of course I'm not gonna kill off my female main character right now. Don't worry, I promised a friend I would not kill her off, so there goes that, but no one else is safe. They go and they figure out what this whole prophecy is about, because Ash and Cora are part of a prophecy. They're part of a prophecy where one of them has to die. But they don't know much about it because it's hidden from them. And so they find someone who knows about it, find out it's actually a curse. And it's been set by the ancestors of someone you meet in here and is causing trouble in here. Not really in here, but that's a whole different story. But will be causing huge waves in book 4. And like she's in the background and her name's Jadzia. She is my second villain, and maybe the one I might redeem. I don't know. I kind of don't want to kill them both, but one of them definitely has to die. The one over there, for all of the things he does, especially in this book. There's a lot. And like I mentioned before, this book is more of a sword and sorcery. This one has sword and sorcery, and it's more like a high fantasy adventure kind of thing, with it dipping a little into the dark fantasy to like transition into this book, because this book is dark fantasy. So this one is completely like vanilla in a lot of the things that it does, whereas this one is not. But this does lead into it. There are a few things that are a little darker in a sense, but they're not like fully descriptive. It's mentioned and things happen. But yeah, so this one is all about them traveling the world, learning more about the world, and learning more about characters. Like, you gotta have a book with just character development, because otherwise the story will not be okay. Now, fun fact about these two books here. Believe it or not, these were supposed to be one book together. Now, you may not believe that, considering how thick this one is, but the events of this one were supposed to take less time. They ended up taking more time, so I had to make it its own book. So I had to split that, which is so this was meant to be a trilogy. It is now a quadrology. So yeah, because I'm not making a 5-book series, no matter how much I wish I could, because I'm already at 68,000 words in the 4th book, and it's not looking like it's even halfway. So, you know what? I'll figure it out. That's a me thing to figure out. That's nothing for you to worry about. Anyway, so that they go find someone knows about the curse, tells them about the curse, and then they get trapped. Ash has to sacrifice herself in a way, and so she gets captured and taken back to Ilaria. Now, on to the star of the show, which has been published today. This guy. Now, it's not named King of Death and Daggers for no reason. No, there's a lot of death. I've done the math. I've done the math, and it is in the triple digits of how many people actually die. So, that's a good thing. These are fictional people. Yeah, he's awful. He's an awful person. Like, that's the whole thing about these books is I'm making a villain that's not likable, and then maybe making a villain that is likable, because, you know what, I want to be chaos incarnate with that. So, King of Death and Daggers. Definitely a book. Definitely a thick book. There's a lot that happens in this book. I have a content warning at the start of it, because there are scenes of physical torture, physical violence, that's pretty descriptive, mental, psychological torture, which lasts longer than the others, and there's mention of sexual assault, and there's loss everywhere in this book. Everyone ends up losing someone. Which is why this is a very heavy book. Definitely take a break. I do, at certain ends of chapters, I would recommend a break. As soon as it feels like it's calmed, take a break. Right there, because that calm point does not exist for long. Trust me, I'm the one that wrote it. And it's so heavy. It gets really heavy at the end, but that's because Ash has gone through so much torture. And fun fact, that book spans 5 weeks. This book spans 6 months. So Ash is being tortured for 6 months. Yeah, you can see where this ends up getting real dark real quick, and it gets to a point where, I probably should have done something nicer to her. It's fine. Like, she's out. She lives. She does. She lives. Not without some scars, though. Mental scars, so I look forward to book 4 and how that develops. So, yeah. With this book, Ash is being tortured. And there's literally, she's not doing much, but there are scenes in there with the torture that she's going through. And she's sort of learning things. There's a character development in there of her and someone else, and it also just shows the reason Caleb doesn't have a point of view in this book is because the point of view from Ash shows enough of how awful and cruel and how far Caleb is willing to go to get what he wants. Now, that's it's bad. Um, and I'm sorry to anyone who is sensitive to such things. I'm just good at writing despair. I guess that's how I would put it. I'm good at writing despair and other things that are just traumatic. So, yeah. But yeah, so we've got 5 POVs again. We've got Celine, we've got Aaron, we've got Cora, we've got Ash. Wait, Celine, Cora, Aaron, Ash. 4? Oh, there's a secret 5th one for one chapter. But that's at the end of the book because, of course. Yeah, they all lose someone by the end of this book. And while Ash is being tortured, Aaron has to come to grips with losing someone. Not going to tell who. And then there's someone else who gains some power. I'm not going to say through what method, because that's huge spoilers. Someone gains power. Someone else dies who is a part of the main cast. Like I said, no one's safe. No one's safe from my death grip. From the grip of death. No one's safe. No. So this is a book that could literally be labeled trauma, because that's what this is. This is creating so much trauma for everyone. Aaron loses someone, Cora loses people, and other people just are lost. People get lost. People end up having to grip with both grief and new abilities surfacing, and it's awful. And Aaron has to try and keep everyone safe while also keeping his head level and trying to get allies. And he does get allies, but then they get into the part where they have to come up with a plan to get Ash out. Part of the plan is created by Ash. And Aaron ends up having to trust Caleb's sister in the end. Which, just saying, it's really hard to trust the sister of someone who is literally torturing the love of your life. So, props to him. That just shows how mature he is. Oh my god. This book is chaos. This book is hurtful. It's chaos, and yeah. The end of the book takes place in a span of like 100 pages. So do with that what you will. And yeah, but you know what? The book ends. Ash is out. She is free, but at a price. What that price is, you can only find out by reading. And everything else in these books, you will have to find out by reading. I have not spoiled a lot of the events. I have spoiled part of the endings, but a lot of the events that lead up to these, I have not spoiled. So, and that's a miracle from me. So, that is what all 3 of these books are about. This one has been released the day this video goes up, and these 2 are still available. All links for these will be in the description or a pinned comment below. And yeah, so that's everything I have for this video. Actually, hang on 1 second. I know a lot of people don't look at the community posts. I know that. But in case you did, thank you. And but I did make a community post, or I will make a community post. Probably did. And it is just saying that I have bought a new PC. It was a lot of money, but it will be worth it because my current one has an aneurysm every single time I try to use it. So, which is why I'm hoping this video actually goes out on time. So, soon I will be able to do a lot more things with this channel and be able to grow the channel a bit more. So, I will be excited to have that in who knows how long. I don't actually know how long it's going to take. They're still building the computer because it's a custom build. So, yeah, that's some news. I will be doing, I think the first thing I'll do with that is stream a drawing. Do a drawing stream where I draw a character and you can see how much I actually struggle when it's not sped up by like 300%. And I will talk to you guys as I do that stream. I will schedule the stream. And yeah. But anyways, that's it for this video. And yeah. If you like the video, give it a like. If you want to see more content from me, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you know when I post new videos, because it's a little haphazard. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video.